So it looks like the pandemic may be over for the fully vaccinated. Hello, Dalton Nation. This is Alden. And the CDC says that fully vaccinated people can stop wearing masks indoors. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is finally catching up to the science. For months, research about COVID-19 has pointed to two encouraging patterns. First, the underlying virus that causes COVID rarely spreads outdoors. And second, and even more important, fully vaccinated people are at virtually no risk of serious disease and only a minuscule risk of spreading the virus to others. The CDC, which has long been a very cautious agency, has been unwilling to highlight these facts. It has instead focused on tiny risks that are smaller than those from, say, taking a car trip. The CDC's intricate list of recommended COVID-19 behavior has baffled many Americans and frightened others, making the guidance less helpful than it might have been. Last Thursday, the agency effectively acknowledged it had fallen behind the scientific evidence, even though that evidence has not changed in months. It said fully vaccinated people could stop wearing masks in most settings, including crowded indoor gatherings. This change sends a message. Vaccination means the end of the COVID crisis for individuals and ultimately for society. If you're vaccinated, you can safely get together with family and friends, mask-free. You can nuzzle your grandparents or your grandchildren. You can eat in restaurants, go to the movies, and attend religious services. You can travel, if you're vaccinated. COVID joins a long list of small risks that we have long accepted without upending our lives, like riding in a car, taking a swim, or exposing ourselves to the common cold. The announcement also sends a message to the unvaccinated, who the CDC emphasized should continue wearing masks in most settings. Life is starting to return to normal, and a vaccine shot is your best protection against a deadly virus. It is also the best way to protect your community and the rest of the world. And the long vaccine waits and difficult sign-up procedures are disappearing in most places. Some experts praise the announcement, while other experts worry that encouraging vaccinated people not to wear masks might cause unvaccinated people to shed them too, the so-called slippery slope argument. It is a common concern whenever health authorities lift behavior restrictions, but history suggests it is often overblown. In the months ahead, the COVID risks will not fall to zero, and it's important to remember that. But zero is not a realistic goal, and the freezing of normal life has brought big costs of its own. Children who are not learning, parents who cannot return to the workforce, businesses that cannot rehire their workers, and millions of people who miss everyday forms of human companionship. When COVID was raging out of control, these costs were nonetheless smaller than the alternative. With vaccines widely available, that's no longer the case. The CDC has not fully shed its caution. It has not withdrawn its exaggeration of outdoor risks for the unvaccinated, and Thursday's guidance continues to direct vaccinated people to wear masks and remain physically distant in some circumstances. Some of the exceptions, like nursing homes, hospitals, homeless shelters, and prisons, probably make sense. Many people in these settings are vulnerable, and masks can continue to provide protection from both small COVID risks and other contagious diseases. The rationale of other exceptions, like airplanes, public transportation, as well as airports and other travel hubs, is less clear, and the CDC did not offer a public explanation for why vaccinated people need a mask on a bus, but not in a bar. But given the unique role that travel has played in spreading the virus, a little extra caution is not beyond comprehension. It will not last forever either. Thursday's About Face showed that while the CDC may be slow, officials there take their mission seriously and do not enjoy being out of step with science. So it looks like the pandemic may be over for the fully vaccinated.